Here I will be showing you how to use a hand tool to install rivets. So you'll need a very sturdy base, and I've got this big thick cutting board on my base so that I can hammer into it and I don't care if it gets damaged. I've got my hammer, I've got my rivet tool, which is a 10mm tool, and it's got a slightly concave side and a flat side for hammering. I have a 2mm hole punch and an anvil. We need the concave side, the strap, or whatever it is that you want to rivet. And then I've got a variety of sizes of rivet because the thickness of your finished object will dictate the size rivet you use. So the first step is you need to mark where you want to put your rivet. This isn't the best thing, but it's what I've got at hand. So I'm just going to mark a spot there. And then we need to get our hole punch. And I'll just hammer a hole through that all the way through. And this is pretty thin, so I'm going to use, this is a 6 by 8mm rivet. As you can see, it's just popping up through there, and we can pop the cap on the end. And then we put the bottom in the anvil, and then we use the tool on the top. We'll give it a couple of good sturdy hits. And sometimes it's easy with the hand tool to get it slightly off center, so I like to turn it over and hammer it from the other side just to get a more even finish. So that's nicely installed. You can go thicker, so this end here we can see I've doubled up the vinyl, so you can imagine it might have a ring on it there, and you can't always sew through that thickness. I did this on an industrial machine I was testing, so it's just a really rough test piece. But if you hammer through that all the way through to the other side, and we're going to need a bigger rivet this time, so you need to just test to make sure it's going to go all the way through. I think that one is a little bit short. That's a 9 by 8. This is a 9 by 10. I think that's going to be a better fit. So just pop the cap on like that, and then we will hammer it in. Just flip it over it as well. And that's not too bad. If the rivet is too long, when you install it, if it sticks out, say, too much and you try to put the cap on the end, when you hammer the cap, this stem will either just bend or it'll go through your cap, so that's no good. Likewise, if your rivet is too short and you can't snap the cap on, when you try to hammer them together, they don't merge together, hammer together properly, and it will just pop off when you put pressure on that. So size is important, and getting a nice firm finish on that, and that is how to use a hand tool to install a rivet.